China makes everything from needles to cars and sells them around the world. But it lacks one important thing that only America has. On April 2nd, 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump appeared at the White House holding a large red card. This card had the names of different countries along with the tariff rates on goods coming from those countries. He read out the names and rates one by one, and soon after, stock markets around the world, including in America, crashed. This was a sign of a huge new kind of war, a trade war, where the weapon is power and the ammunition is money. Trump made a smart, indirect move that could bring the world's biggest trading country, China, to its knees. But who would win in this trade war, China or the U.S.? Let's first understand what a tariff is. Many people think it's just a tax on other countries, but it's actually a kind of import duty, a tax charged on goods coming into America from other countries. For example, if the U.S. puts a 26% tariff on goods from India, it means anything coming from India will be 26% more expensive in America. In Trump's list, Pakistan was hit with a 29% tariff, and China got the highest, 34%. Now, this isn't unusual. In fact, India already charges 52%, Pakistan 58%, and China 67% on American goods. But tariffs aren't meant to make money. They're used to protect local industries. Example, take Harley-Davidson, a premium U.S. motorcycle brand. When it's exported to India, a 100% tax is added. If its price in the U.S. is 1.5 lakh rupees, without tax, it would cost the same as a locally made Royal Enfield in India. Naturally, people would choose the American brand over Indian ones, hurting the local bike industry. So, import duties are used to make foreign products costlier, supporting local businesses and saving foreign currency. Now that America is adding tariffs, goods from other countries will be more expensive in the U.S., and fewer people will buy them. For example, clothing from India or Pakistan may sell less in U.S. markets, even though the same clothes could be made within the U.S. instead. The real target, China. Trump's real aim was China. In 2000, America used to sell goods to the whole world, the way China does today. Over time, China took over global business by offering cheaper products due to low labor costs. In the year 2000, the U.S. imported $80 billion worth of goods from China, but China only bought $10 billion from the U.S. Today, in 2025, the U.S. imports $440 billion from China, but exports only $145 billion to them. That's a $295 billion trade deficit. Trump wants to reduce this gap. By making Chinese goods expensive in the U.S., he hopes that companies like Apple, Tesla, Dell, HP, and even toy makers like Hasbro will stop manufacturing in China and return to America. If that happens, U.S. imports from China could drop by $200 billion, reducing the deficit to just $80 to $90 billion. But there's a catch. Producing in America is more expensive, which could hurt those companies. Still, Trump seems ready to take that risk to break China's monopoly. China fought back by also raising taxes on U.S. goods. So now, a $10 item from China may cost $20 in America. And the same is happening in China for U.S. products. Now the question is, who will survive longer in this trade war? America imports mostly tech products, phones, laptops, electronics, from China. If it stops, they can be bought from other countries, even if they're a little more expensive. But China imports something it can't easily replace: soybeans from the U.S., which are used to feed pigs. China has 1.41 billion people, over 315% more than America, and needs a lot of food. But only 13% of China's land is suitable for farming, just 0.23 acres per person. So they grow mostly rice and wheat. China eats more pork than any country in the world, and it has over 400 million pigs, more than the entire U.S. population. To feed them, China uses corn, 80%, and soybeans, 40%, in their diet. Corn is mostly grown in China, but soybeans are imported, mainly from the U.S. and Brazil. China buys 50 million tons of soybeans every year from America, and replacing them is hard. Alternatives like canola seeds, peanuts, sunflower meals, or insects either cost more, digest poorly, or have less protein. That's China's weakness. Also, since China is a trade surplus country, it makes more products than it can consume itself. It needs the world to buy its goods. Meanwhile, the U.S. is a consumer market and can buy from anywhere. In Trump's previous term, too, he put tariffs on China, and it was seen that China suffered more. Now again, he's using his power to pressure China. During the making of this video, it was announced that Trump temporarily stopped tariffs on other countries for 90 days, but increased China's tariff to 125%, clearly showing that China was his real target.